She tried to kiss this man. And it was like, what are you not getting? Hey y'all, it's SheekTv, and we about to get into this recap for Love Island USA Season 7, Episode 15. Let's go. Y'all, after Jayla went home, I believe everybody's emotions were still high. People were sad, people were angry, and I love that Taylor actually sat down with Olandria and Huda, basically explained to Huda, like, listen, we saved you. We don't want to see you talking to Jeremiah. We don't want to see you crashing out again. We do believe that you deserve a second chance. I don't know about y'all, but I don't think so. But we just want to make sure that you understand why we did what we did, but not as far as we did it because we really like you. That's what I was getting from it. And not too long after that conversation, you see Huda walking towards the speakeasy where Jeremiah and Iris is having their one-on-one chat, basically talking about everything. And, you know, Iris even told Jeremiah this was a mature choice for you, which I do think it was a mature choice for Jeremiah to pick Iris. I feel like this was Jeremiah's opportunity to really get to explore someone outside of Huda, but also being able to explore someone who could challenge Jeremiah mentally and not just physically. But listen, Huda either gonna play by the rules or you're not. Huda did not care. She literally walked in, asked Iris if it was okay for her to interrupt the chat, which I personally would have just told her no. She had the conversation with Jeremiah, and the crazy thing is, she thought if she whispered, it would not be as bad as the blowout she was having, but she was still stuck on the whole Jeremiah thing, Jeremiah not checking on her, how her heart was broken into pieces. And I get Jeremiah, out of respect, is trying to just hear her out, but he's over it. He doesn't want to hear you. You got everybody in the house talking about you and Huda, and honestly, let's just give it up. Let's start fresh, and let's end this relationship that y'all have going on right now. It's not healthy. So the fact that Huda even tried to have a conversation with Jeremiah, that made me mad. But what made me even more mad was she tried to kiss this man. Literally looked at him to try to kiss him. And it was like, what are you not getting? What's not clicking for you? I think she thought Jeremiah was going to be like, you know what? Let me kiss you. Let me try to fight what I have going on with Iris. No, we're not doing that. Pack it up. Go to sleep. Let's start a new day. Because honestly, we're all sick of it, and we don't want to see it no more. I love the fact that everybody in the house is in agreement that they do not want to hear about the Huda and Jeremiah situation. They don't want to hear Huda and Jeremiah's name in the same sentence. Like, I love that everybody is trying to move past what happened and being open to the opportunity of Huda still being in the house. I just want to see something different from her. I don't think she will show differently, because literally the next morning she was pouting by the breakfast bar, and it was just giving, why are you still here? Like, you see, Jeremiah is going to make Iris breakfast. You see, he's going to sit with her. He is still playing the game. He's also trying to find love. And honestly, Huda, nobody's paying attention to you right now. I also love the fact that even though Huda was going through what she was going through, we have to give it up to Sierra. Sierra said, you know what? Let me talk to Huda about how she's been acting. Let me pull her aside and really be honest with her. Sierra basically told Huda, how you're moving is just not okay. You know, with you calling Jeremiah out his name. But also let her know she doesn't have to do this for anybody but herself and her daughter. But overall, for herself. Like, don't worry about what Jeremiah is doing. Yes, it will be hard. And I think in that moment, that was like a real conversation that Huda needed to have. Everybody else has been walking on eggshells, beating around the bush. But in reality, someone needs to tell Huda, you need to chill. You need to move on and, you know, get your head in the game, because what you're doing is causing destruction to everybody else in the villa. And she even told her, she even questioned herself in saving her. Sierra even told Huda she even questioned herself in saving her. And I think in that moment, Huda actually realized, you know what? I didn't come this far to come this far. Let me get my shit together and really get back into the game and, you know, participate in what's happening here and be open to new relationships. So before we got the text, I just have to touch on Chelley and Ace. So first off, Chelley is excited to be in a relationship with Ace. She does have some concerns, but I also feel like Chelley is red flagging Ace. So for one, they did sleep in the bed together, but they did not cuddle. She is like, you know what? I appreciate that he did kiss me outside of the challenge, because I actually like that. And I really do hope this is a relationship that's going to grow. I'm just concerned about how Ace moves. I feel like when he gets with the person he chooses, he starts acting differently. Now, I haven't seen that completely because, you know, they had breakfast and everything's still together, but it's still the fact, Ace, how are you going to act when you actually start catching feelings for Chelley or vice versa? Because some guys start acting weird as soon as the girl starts catching feelings. So basically, everybody gets a text, and y'all, Megan Thee Stallion was a surprise guest on Love Island USA. Now, I've never seen any music artist or actor, I don't know. I've seen like other reality TV personalities come onto the show, but I've never seen an artist. Now, again, I've only watched this season, so don't hurt me. But I thought it was pretty dope that Megan Thee Stallion came on the show, and she actually watches the show, y'all. Like, she knew everybody's name. Everybody was shocked. Everyone was able to get the Hot Girl Swim bathing suit, so that was really cute as well. And I just love that she tried to give each girl a little bit of advice on how they should be moving in the villa, because watching the show versus being on the show, you're going to go through a lot of things that we don't see. So I do love that Megan was like, these are the emotions I was going through when I was watching. You know, she wanted to jump through the screen for Amaya when she was going through it with Ace, and, you know, she even looked at Huda and was like, girl, you're bad, like hyping her up and giving that confidence. And I think that was important to have Megan Thee Stallion on the show for this, because ideally, yes, it's easy for your friends to hype you up, but it's amazing to hear from someone who makes music for women empowerment. So I thought that was really dope. So pretty much they have a bunch of games going on. They had a twerk contest, they have a limbo contest, and then they had a puzzle contest. So with the twerk contest, it was a tie between the girls and the boys. With the limbo contest, the boys won. So with the puzzle contest, they had a bombshell that they had to put together. And whoever was done with that puzzle, that new bombshell would enter the villa. So of course, the girls got it together because I don't know what the guys had going on. And they're able to bring in their new bombshell, TJ. So TJ comes in the villa, and honestly, I think TJ had everybody's head on swim. Like literally everybody. Like you even got Huda telling some, oh, that's about to be my new man. And I don't think he was like the best of the best, but I do think TJ is definitely going to turn some heads in the villa. I just feel like right now it's a little too early to know who, but in the preview I did see TJ kissing on Iris. So honestly, I already know the relationship between Jeremiah and Iris isn't really strong, so I can see them exploring other people. Now, honestly, I think everybody thought, okay, the boys weren't going to get their bombshell, but guess what? They did. And their bombshell was Adrina, okay? Now, I was like, this girl is hot. She is cute. I was definitely excited to see her come to the villa because I was like, okay, let's spice it up. Let's bring in some baddies right now. And I think Adrina really is going to shake the table. But, y'all, the only issue when Adrina came was Ace. And I know everybody's like, well, the girls were excited. Why couldn't the guys be excited? Well, let me explain. My problem with Ace is every time a new girl comes into the villa, he is super excited. Now, I get being excited for, you know, new castmates who come into the villa, but he tries his hand at each of them. When Amaya came in, he was like, you know what? I'll choose Amaya. We could couple up. Didn't really like the girl. Iris came in. He probably had 2 conversations with Iris, and I ain't seen Iris and Ace nowhere to be found throughout the next few episodes. And now you have Adrina coming in, and he's like, oh, yeah, excited, da, da, da. And I just thought it was so disrespectful. I thought it was kind of slap in the face for Chelley, because you are supposed to be ready for Chelley at this point. You're supposed to be giving her that queen behavior that you talk about, but you don't do it. You don't really show it. You don't show it in your actions. And you especially don't show it, like he shows it in his acts of services, but there's certain things that he really don't do. So like the cuddling he didn't do. And then the fact that he was hopping up and down like a happy little camper boy, that just really pissed me off. So when that happened, you got Huda telling Chelley, clock it, you know, make note of that, because how he's acting, why are you that excited? Now, not for nothing, we do know Huda's a little crazy, and we do know Chelley doesn't mind her partner exploring, but I do think it rubbed her the wrong way because it's not the first time Chelley has mentioned that Ace just be too excited to get to know all these other people when they come into the villa. Like, focus on me for a second. Let's start there. And then it'll be okay if you go and hop around. But you ain't really focused on me, baby. Like, what are we doing? Okay, y'all, so it is tweet time, and this is the time where we actually get to look at some of the most outrageous tweets from last night's episode, so let's get into it. Billy Rohn, I can't even blame the men acting like that for the new Bombshell. Like, that's one of the finest women I've ever seen in my whole life. Now, listen, I agree. Like, I get it. Everybody's excited. She had a nice body. Face card was on it. Like, she looked good. Like, her bathing suit actually looked good. I was like, well, I need to know where she got that bathing suit from. I like the little, the little butterfly she had up there. But at the same time, it's like, y'all just forgot the girls were even over there. From Tierra Reeds, laugh my ass off. And Meg, don't think I didn't catch you putting Nick and Olandria together for the game. Listen, Olandria's booty was shaking, y'all. Like, that girl can twerk. She got a lot of action back there, okay? And not for nothing, like, I don't think her and Nick actually make a good couple. I think they have good chemistry, but I don't know if they actually make a good couple. But I do know Nick like him some chocolate. From Pastor Angel, Huda really wanted Jeremiah to kiss her during their final chat. OMG, I'm so embarrassed. I was embarrassed for her. Like, the way she was holding this man's neck, it was giving, okay, are you going to let him breathe or you're not? Because at this point, it is embarrassing. Why would you try to kiss him when he's already trying to not continue things with you? Like, he literally said, you know what? This is cool. I wish you nothing but the best. But why would you even try to go there with him? Save yourself the embarrassment, pack it up, and let's move on. Okay, from Million Skillion, none of these current couples are surviving Casa, by the way. I personally don't think these couples are surviving Casa as well. I feel like maybe Jeremiah and Huda would have survived, but because they went through what they went through and it kind of opened their eyes, if they had went through that when they went into Casa, they definitely wasn't going to survive. But I like the fact that they already went through their little rough patch, and who knows, maybe they get back together. I don't know. I doubt it, but maybe they do, and then they do survive Casa. But honestly, nobody. Like, I feel like Nick and Sierra is definitely playing the game. Chelley and Ace definitely, and Ace was always ready for the next one. Hannah got Pepe, and not for nothing, Hannah be ready to meet the next person because after Charlie left, she was all over him. I just don't see it. Maybe Tilla and Olandria, but I do feel like Tilla just don't even have an option, hence why he is with Olandria. But I'm not saying that he does not like her, because I don't think he does. At least he's not physically attracted to her. But I do feel like, yeah, nobody's surviving. So from Cinnamena, the second you're begging for respect from someone else is the second you lost it for yourself, Sierra. And like I said, I'm glad that she actually had that conversation with Huda. Somebody to need to let her know, remember who you are, pick your chin up, baby girl, and keep it moving. I love that. In that moment, that was a real girls moment. All this other stuff they've been talking about does not compare to how Sierra actually sat down and spoke to Huda. And I am definitely going to keep Sierra on the show. I want to see how she finds the love of her life because that girl knows what she be talking about. Okay, y'all, so it's time for my predictions. And honestly, the next episode, I already seen the preview. And I think the next episode is going to cause a lot of drama between Huda and Hannah. And not for nothing, Huda was there for Hannah, so to see that Huda's going to be going after Pepe, it is funny. I don't know if Pepe is going to be Huda's type, but Huda loves to throw the body at anybody, and they gonna catch it. So we're gonna see how Pepe moves because, listen, Pepe like getting tongue down. He like kissing on the girls. So this will be exciting to see. I don't know. I feel like with Ace, hopefully him and Chelley keeps it together. I feel like she might call him out on his shit, and I do hope she does because at the end of the day, either we're doing this or you're not. You're constantly in my face talking with some of you. You're so excited to see where things go, but at the same time, you're always ready for the next person. Nick and Sierra, I feel like Nick is definitely interested in Adrina, and I feel like Sierra is definitely interested in TJ. I can see Sierra and TJ together for sure, but TJ's already kissing down Iris. So I want to see who's going to get him because just because you're kissing on one person doesn't mean you're not interested in the next person. And listen, the drama is coming tonight. So I will see y'all tonight on live. And I appreciate y'all. Listen, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. And I can't wait for tonight's episode. I'm going to see you guys later. Bye.